Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Matt, Dlux, DluxFab.com. Today, we're doing a this versus that video. So, what do you mean this versus that? We're going to show you guys. We're out here at Abner Longley Park in Lebanon, Indiana. This is our local spot where we do, class 0, class 1 and 2. Don't do much class 2 or 3 or sporty or none of that out here, just because what it is. But it's a pretty good time. So, with this versus that, this versus that. So on your left, we have our Nessie Class 2 truck. And on our right, we got our Lunatic Sporty. We're doing a, scalar versus sporty today. So first we're going to talk about the similarities between these two trucks and the differences. Obviously they're built for two different classes. We've got our Class 2 truck and then our sporty WRCCA. Both of these trucks kind of have the same DNA. They're pretty much brothers from the same mother. They both have OD3s. They both have Dlux axles. Obviously these are full-on Dlux rigs, our kit cars. You've seen me build these on the channel previously. But, so differences of the two trucks. Well, tire size is a big one. We got our goats on this truck. Dlux Fab goat tires. And over here we got our Iron Rock 4.75s. Got the J Concepts C10 or it's K10 body. It's 4-wheel drive. K10. Obviously I like me some purple, as you can see. Shocks. We got our Dlux big bores, DriveTech, you know the drill. This truck has DX44 front, SS Dlux rear, straight axle. And on this one, this has got our SS Dlux front. And then this is a DX40, this is an SS Dlux rear. This is a hybrid axle we're testing. You'll see more of that later. All right, give me a second. Let me pull the bodies off, and we'll get down into the nitty gritty. All right, guys. As far as we touched on this body. This is J Concepts pinched Chevy K10. It's pretty nice. Has the right width for a C2. I like it. I'm a Chevy guy, square body. Have been since I was a kid. This is Lattice Innovations body. I can't think of the name. Alta. It's Lattice Innovations Alta. If you're interested in that, Dlux Fab has those on it. We have those on our website. You can come get you one. But this is a short body. These are the minimum spec for the WRCCA rules. It's 3 inches tall by 3 inches wide by 8 inches long. And the googly eyes are just because I thought it was fun. Let's get the body off this one. It's a little chilly out here, guys. Probably one of the last few nice days we're gonna have. So let's put these two nose to nose so you can really get into exactly how similar they really are. So we got our Lunatic Sporty. Lunatic's adjustable here. If you want to raise it up or down, just quickly, depending on the course you're running or where you're playing or working at or practicing at. Pretty good stuff. This is the Nessie. You guys are familiar with this. This thing's my war horse. This truck gets more hours than most of the trucks I have. Basically just because it's class 2 and that's just what is around here to run. So similarities, if you look closely, the geometry, it's pretty similar one to another. Mind the winch here. Let me turn this thing around. Put them side by side. If you look here, there's a lot of similarities there. Let's put them on their sides here. Yeah, I can do the truck on its side thing. See, this has got a Savox 2290 in this truck. You got the Dlux Stumpy 2200. This truck had both of these trucks are equipped with an OD3. Our cut-to-length shafts. This one has a 80mm front, 92s on the back. This truck, same deal, OD3 cut-to-length shafts, Stumpy 2200. This has an RS400 NSDRC winch in it. RS700 V2 stubby servo. I've had good luck with these. They've been pretty good to me. But if you look, It's obviously the DNA is shared between these two rigs. They're very, very similar. At Dlux, we have kind of a design philosophy is that, you know, you have all your non-negotiables, but you have to figure out where those go. And then you build the rest of the truck around it. Because, you know, your servo, battery, motor, transmission, all these things are non-negotiables. You kind of have to have them. You can't do without it. So you build that, you figure out where all that stuff has to be to make your, you know, the truck the best it can be. And then you build the rest around it. So, but there's a basic overview. Like I said, this one's a little dirty just because I run it so much. I also run staggered compounds front to back. This is I run stickies on the front of this. I don't remember the color compound, forgive me. And then I run the next stiffness up. Same on here. I believe it's the reds or golds, and I think it's silvers on the compounds. I stagger the compounds. So, wheelbase. This is 12.5-inch wheelbase truck per WRCCA rules. I mean, that's what it has to be. So it's as close to 12.5 as I can make it on the nose. Now those rules are measured at the longest point of the truck. So you would measure it from center to center as long as it stretches, and that's where you get your wheelbase at. Now with Class 2, there's not a wheelbase limit on Class 2, not that I'm aware of. So the Nessies are, I think they're right at 13 inches. So this one has a little bit longer wheelbase. This one has longer tires. This is running our 1.9 high clearance wheels. Got my pretty Hibby made rotors back there behind it. Thanks Hibby, you're the man. On that, this one's running the extreme loaded dice. So loaded dice extreme wheels and weight hangers. So I'm gonna turn this around and you can kind of see, most of y'all familiar with it already. We got our brass knuckle in here, as you all well know. And then bolted to the front of that brass knuckle, you got this stainless hanger adapter thing there. And then bolted to the bottom of that is that brass weight hanger. You can't really tell at this picture, but you look at, if there's down inside of here, there's 9 tungsten slugs down inside of that wheel. Way below the center line is 9 slugs on each front tire. So there's a lot of weight real low. Another thing to notice too is I'm gonna squeeze this down. That's the inside outer diameter of that wheel, more or less. There's some foam in there, right, squishing it out. But that's how low those slugs are. Those slugs are literally down right here. So that makes these things super wicked stable. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the bodies back on these things, and I'm gonna build a few courses out here, and we're gonna run the Sporty and the Class 2 Scaler versus Sporty on these same courses. We do our best to record it, and we'll kind of show you the different performance between the two rigs. You can compare it both, and you know what you're getting into. This thing too, a lot of folks talk about cheater trucks, which the whole term, it kind of confuses me. If it's a cheater truck, it doesn't adhere to any rules. If there are no rules, is it actually a cheater? I don't know. Argue in the comments. But yeah, this would be a good base for something like that. If you wanted to build a real long wheelbase truck, you know, that had rear steer, like our C3. If you wanted to stretch this and make real crazy high links in it so you have all your clearance, you can do that. These are both pretty skid forward designs too. I kind of failed to mention that in our little walkthrough a minute ago. They're both skid forward, and it's, I don't know, probably 60-40, 70-30. We've, in our opinion, from what we've found so far, this is about as far forward as we wanted to get with the skid on these trucks, just because it seems to be, if you get much shorter, then your front suspension doesn't work. Or you have to run it all locked down with rubber bands and stuff because the suspension geometry gets goofy. You know, some people will differ. Everyone's experience is a little different. Oh, another thing we didn't cover about the Sporty here, since we're here. You got all this stuff in the line. This is our Sporty, words, Matt. This is our Sporty version of the SS Dlux. If you notice, I got a full-size, full-length servo in here. I got a 384 cell battery. So electronics wise, I got my Futaba receiver. This is a BEC 2.0 from Castle. This is an OG suppressor V1. Electronics wise in this truck, we talked about it before, but we got the NSDRC RS700, just as low as you can make it. You can see that that thing drags on the ground. You can't get that servo any lower. You're not going to get any more clearance under that axle either, just from the shape of it. The DX44 center section, it's pretty hard to beat. And then the battery's there. So the servo, the battery, transmission, motor, all in a line. As you can see here, that's the battery tray hanging down. You can't get any of that stuff any lower. It's just, you just can't. So, but electronics, we got our RS700, our Low Pro NSDRC. Got our Futaba receiver. That's the same receiver that's there. That one's just decased. This is a Dlux Fab Suppressor V2. We call it the S2. That's the second version of the suppressor. And then an NSDRC, what is it, the 400 servo winch. All of them work pretty good. All right, so let me get the bodies on these. I'll build a couple courses and we're going to film them and see the difference in with this truck versus that one.
Oh, I know.
So we're going to try something a little different this time. We're going to do a little voiceover, see if it works. Never done this before, so guys, don't be too harsh. It's my first time on this. So we got two courses set up, two 5-gauge short courses, just to kind of show the difference and similarities between the two trucks. Obviously, this is a sporty, big old pillow tires, weight hangers, Lunatic chassis, super stable. Do about whatever you ask. Now both of these trucks have a 38% overdrive in them, or underdrive, however you want to look at it. So they're similar in that manner. You see how easy this truck makes these rocks look. Now, to be fair, here at Avenir Longley, we only have so much rock. There only so many lines we can make. But this is a pretty gnarly little side hill here. You have to really catch both of those ridges right on the edge and walk across there. If you let it wash too far down, boop, you're in that gate. Cool little side hill. Handles it beautifully, no drama. Gonna make this uphill turn here into gate 5. Now once again, I'm running gold compound goats on the front, silver on the rear. There you go. Made it look real easy. Now here we are with the Nessie. I have to approach this gate pretty far to the right to catch the grip on that right front tire. You'll see here in a second. Boy moves the camera around because I'm just searching for that grip with that right tire. These DX44 axles have so much steering angle that even with as narrow a setup as I have on that truck, those are, I think they're ultra narrow hubs on this rig with Hibby's rotors and our high clearance 1.9s. I have that truck set up as narrow as I can make it and still use all the steering angle. It makes it real easy to sneak around gates and stuff. Also, I think it negates the need for portals. Because as far as you can swing the tire back and forth, there's really not too much in the middle of the axle that you can't affect with that much steering angle and that size of a tire. So see, I got to work a little harder with the Nessie to get this. See, oh! Bonk. Saved by the rock. Hey, we'll take it. Nothing wrong with that. I get around the gate pretty much the same way as I did with the Lunatic, but I had to work a lot harder. While these iron rocks are good, then they're, same awesome compounds we use on the goats. I'm also running staggered on this truck. Gold on the front, silver on the rear. I believe that's right. So the real sticky ones on the front, one step up on the rear. I always cross up those color codes. Alright, snuck through there. No drama. Come grab that stick for good measure because why not? Cool little uphill gate here. It's a little steeper than it looks on camera because the camera always kind of flattens stuff out, but truck just munches right up there. Goats grabbing no problem on these slick. Oh, these are sandstone, I think. It's not real grippy. I think I just clipped the gate there. Maybe, maybe not. Hard to tell. See, we're getting up here with the Class 2, with the Nessie, but we're just having to work so much harder. Sporty. You know, granted, maybe I could have picked a better line for that, but you'll see me back off here in a second, try a new line, because I fight this for a minute. Just to get the truck in the same spot that the Nessie just, or the Lunatic just drove into naturally. The Lunatic just flowed right in there and did exactly. I clipped the gate off. Now I'm stuck on that, on the pumpkin. See, right there, I think portals could have made a little bit of difference, but see, I got it worked over even with the straight axles. Unfortunately, I'm hung on my rear link there. Not a lot to do with it. I'll work it for a minute, try to get grip.
Same corner again with the...
Not want to give up easily. Had to try. Here's the smart money right here. Back out of it. Try again.
What do we have there?
Put the gate back. Attempt number 2.
Sometimes you gotta do some splicing.
Pretty much the same line we came up with the Lunatic. I try to aim kind of point to point when I drive on some of this stuff. So I gotta get the front up high enough to the front drift over. Knuckle setup on this truck too. We didn't talk about that very much. These are our full brass knuckles on the DX44, and I got the 1.9 heavy lowers. There's no weight hangers on this truck other than the heavy lower arms. You can see them right there in the shot. Just for most 1.9 trucks, this is plenty of weight. There, I finally got it across there. Really had to work at it. You can see them iron rocks working there. Those things hook up so good. We're driving up to this gate number 5 like this. It's one of the steepest gates I could find available on the rocks there. It's pretty steep and it's pretty good break over there, but you can see even... So she just gets up on there, a little rub, and up she goes. Alright, moving on to course 2, or the other end of the course, however you want to look at it. The next 5 gates. Starting off with the Lunatic once again. Sorry for the lens flares. It kind of is what it is. Super grippy concrete climb there. That thing's really steep, but with that much grip on tap, you can climb it. Now, if your truck's not properly set up, you really struggle to get a grip on that. You can get it, but you really have to work at it. Lunatic just made it look easy. Drop back down, go back up. Once again, sorry for the lens flares. See, it just floats. Makes it all look so easy. A couple little quick snaps to whip it around. Now guys, if you guys like that rear axle, we tested it. Seems to work pretty good. Holler. May be able to help you out on something like that. I put this gate up on right as a drop down off this log. It's like one of those gates when you build it, you're like, why did I do that? Ended up being way harder than it looks just because of what it's on. There wasn't really enough room to turn around forward and drop down with your nose in. And I tried it another attempt. I ended up down over the to the left there, way down in the weeds. If you guys want to see those kind of stuff like that, I can show you. Ended up really having to work to get the truck to turn around into this spot. Backing up a truck with 38% overdrive on a slippery surface that also has a grippy surface on it because of the bark. So multi-grip surface, all that overdrive pushing the truck backwards, and there's no weight on the rear end. You gotta work at it. We get it done though. Once again, none of these holes are big enough to swallow up these goat tires. These are about 5 3/4. Foams I'm running in there, the outers anyway, are crawler innovations, medium front, firm rear. There is a tuning ring in this set, and it's all glued together with a contact adhesive. Now you see this little downhill here, that side hill. If I would have done this properly, I think I could have made that work. I let the front end push too far. If I would have came in a little shallower, the front wouldn't have been down that far, I think I could have made that across there. Do better, Matt. It can be done. But man, it's steep. Turn up here through 5. Nessie making it look easy. Nessie making it look easy. Here we go. Excuse my phone, guys. Now you can kind of see actually how steep that line really is. All that overdrive, those super sticky tires, grip on the concrete there. You just yup, right up, easy peasy. Trying to use that point there to pivot the truck. See, I'm struggling a little bit. Got hung up right there on the skid, right on that high point. Do better, Matt. That's all right. We worked it out. It's crazy how stable this Nessie is, with a big Lexan body on top. You see the body bouncing around there. I purposefully mount that pretty loose. So in a comp situation, it has bounce in it. So if you fall off of something, the body more than likely will bounce you back onto your side. Or more often than not, you can beat it around and get it to pop back over on its lid, or from its lid on those tires. Gate 2, easy peasy. That's a pretty tough gate. There's some big holes right there. This truck also just, same as the Lunatic, just flows over the rocks. There ain't nothing hanging up on the bottom unless Matt puts it there. You'll see I got this way too far to the left, but I'm gonna try anyways because I'm stubborn, right? Can I get it? Can I get it? Yeah. Nope. Alright, reach over the hill, get it, reset. Not on the clock here, just showing how these trucks work compared to one another. Get the rear end sitting right on that rock. It's hard to see. So that tire's just not, there it is. I'm not grabbing nothing. Get up there. Safe by the log. See if I could turn around out of this thing. You guys ever be driving and drive past the point of no return just because you're trying to save a reverse? And you know you're going to have to reverse anyway because you just have to. You end up in this situation right here. Just on the ragged edge of flipping it over because with an extra reverse in there. Do better, Matt. That's a good looking rig. Simple. You can see how smooth and slow we can get with these Stumpies, guys. These Stumpy motors are something else. Just with the control you can have with a motor that fits in that, you know, it's just so small. It's a beautiful thing. If you really get after it too, I mean, you can tear stuff up with a Stumpy motor. Those things are no slouch, even though they're tiny. Going up for 4. This is actually a pretty steep gate too. Could have went up from the right. I think there's a little bit of a better line than I did here. But this line is cooler, I think. A little bouncy there. Somebody needs to rebuild these shocks on this truck. This truck's high mileage. It's a good truck though. I love it. Spin it up, spin it up, spin it up. It's going. There it is. See, he's got plenty of snap in it with them little motors. Gonna sneak through gate 5. Now after this, I got some bonus footage of some friends that showed up that were out here playing on the same courses, so I'll put them up after this, guys. Hope you like it.